Ohio gozaimasu! Boku wa Kachino Zelirius desu! And let me mute the game real quick. There we go. Now you guys can't hear it anymore. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another stream. It has been since yesterday since we have last streamed. Can you believe it? 2 days in a row! So today we're going to be playing some HoloCure. For everyone who gets stuck on stage 2 hard mode, like I know I was for like the longest time, I can assure you guys that it's really not too terribly difficult. I think the hardest part is definitely Notica, which is the final boss. But other than that, it's not too terribly difficult if you go ahead and follow this guide. I mean, you may not need to follow this guide to a T, because I know some people are going to have their favorite characters. Some people are going to have their favorite collabs. Just go ahead and use whatever you want. But the one thing I will recommend is that you at least have your favorite character up to fandom level Gachikoi, which will help a lot with early progression, as well as to have them to at least Gacha rank 20, which will come naturally with a Gachikoi. So Gacha rank 21, that is perfect. Once you have it to that, then boom, you're set for most of it. I do recommend having your attack and movement speed to at least 6. I prefer 7 to feel a little bit more safer, but 6 is the bare minimum that you need. Other than that, for upgrades, just whatever you like. I do not recommend running Holo on your first run. And I probably won't be doing Holo either because, well, quite frankly, I do not feel confident enough in my fight with Notica to even attempt doing a Holo 5 run, much less Holo 1. So we are going to be using a very in-depth crit build for Ame. So that is going to be the build we will be using in this guide. However, feel free to use whatever build you're most comfortable with. If you're comfortable playing a character like Hachima, then definitely play her. If you're more comfortable with the playstyle of another character, just use your favorite character. But without further ado, let's get into this. And the game audio is no longer working on my end because I tabbed out of the game. Isn't that great? Hold on, let me reboot the game. Professional streamer, by the way. And play. Oh look, funny stuff's happening, and audio is still not working. Let's oh wait, that's just me being dumb. Sorry, I forgot to turn my headset volume on. Game volume was working this whole time. It was just my headset wasn't working. Well, anyway, you can't have a stream without scuff, so there we go. So as I said earlier, we were going to be playing through stage 2 hard mode. Of course, do whatever outfit you want, and let's get to this. So right off the bat, I'm going to go for my collabs, because getting collabs is going to be very important later on. So Cutting Board and Ian's Curse is my preferred collab, so I'm going to go with those. And Bubba's, of course, putting in a lot of work there. Thankfully, since I have Gachikoi, I don't need to spend my upgrade points and level ups on upgrades like that. So I should already have, if you go to skills, all of mine maxed out right away. And Cutting Board may not be doing much for me right now, but trust me, it's a very powerful upgrade later on. So we're just going to go ahead and keep leveling that up at the moment. And if we can get Ian's Curse, I'm definitely going to grab that right away as well. I freaking love the music. So on this section, we're just basically dodging red lines and clearing out enemies to get some XP real quick. We do have our ultimate ready, but we don't need to use it quite yet. If you're playing Ame, she's probably one of the best against some of the boss fights. Definitely not the best against all of them, because of course there's some boss fights that are going to give you some trouble. And we do not want to grab that stamp yet. That one we'll use for fodder later on, but for now we don't really need that. And so what I mean by Ame and her ultimate not working on all things is that it does not work on Nautica or HN. They are both completely unaffected by her ult. So it's not really worth using on them, but for Miku Danye, which comes at the same time as HN, then it's going to be worth it. Upgraded pistol. But right now, since I am not working on a particular collab, since I can't find the thing for it right now, I'm just upgrading the pistol. So that way I'll be ready for it later on. And this is the part where you actually do want to use your ult if you have it. Face mask definitely does help. I hate getting this early on, but I guess it should be fine. I'm going to say that and then I'm going to completely regret that. Go ahead and upgrade this a little bit more. Usually if you see an upgrade and then you see your pistol upgrade next, then I usually would recommend getting the upgrade you want first before the pistol upgrade or whatever your main weapon is, because your main weapon, you can always get that from the HoloCure crates, whereas your upgrade, you can guarantee that one. So right now I'm getting GWS pill to just overall increase my crit, because it basically increases my damage like almost tenfold essentially, which is very helpful. And it's just a huge bump in damage whenever I don't have my ultimate, and I don't have my ultimate very often. So especially when I get the Hope Soda, that is going to be one of my main sources of damage throughout this run. Of course, not saying I don't already do damage, because I definitely do. Kusakaki Shackles are a must in this run. So I guess getting the face mask early on was not a bad idea after all. So with this right now, we're essentially just clearing out enemies and collecting XP at this phase. First couple minutes really isn't that hard. Just dodge the red lines whenever you see them, red circles. They're not too difficult to dodge. And right here for this one, basically it's just gonna be dodge the red lines plus dodge whatever else may come at you. You don't really have to worry about the enemies that much than that, because they won't really spawn that often in there. We've already gotten most of our items that we want. Now our next item is going to be either body pillow or the chicken feather. I mean, Hope Soda would be the best for damage, but unfortunately it's not very good for survivability with Nautica. And if you find a strategy that works for Nautica, then definitely use that. But that's like the only thing I can say for certain that I have trouble with. So now I'm already starting my next upgrade to get my first collab going on. With this one, you just want to go to the left as soon as it hits like 4 minutes something, because then the bombs will start spawning in and then you can just take care of them pretty easily. We're just going to go ahead and keep on upgrading, try to get that collab as soon as possible. Right now we are going for the Bone Bros collab because it is one of the strongest in the game, especially with a crit build like this. So now with this, there's going to be a bunch of these Fubuki birds flying. Basically, you just want to avoid them and then just keep farming them for damage. At around almost 5 minutes, they're going to start doing these patterns, and so we can just split. Ah, Yago, die. That was pretty lucky. And right now, they'd usually be flying much faster, but since I had to use my ult, they were a lot slower. But basically, they're just going to come in from all the different angles and basically just shoot them down for some easy XP. At this rate, you can enchant something, or if you want that collab right now, like I do, you can just use an anvil Anvils aren't all too important this early on. I mean, it is great to get some things out of the way with. If you see something like this, you definitely want to reroll. Try to get some of the weapons you do want. Like in my example, I want to get X Potato, because X Potato is going to X-Zapolodo all of our enemies. This phase is also pretty simple. Again, just avoid the red lines. Pretty simple. I say a lot, but a lot of the stage really is simple. It's just a matter of having the right upgrades for the most part. And now let's go ahead and do this. We already killed the healer guy, so let's just go after these guys and then kill the other healer. And now we can go ahead and grab Kusakaki's Shackles level 3, which will be very important. And now we're just going for X Potato upgrades, as well as upgrades to our items. Especially upgrades to items, because that'll increase our movement speed, which is going to be very helpful. I wonder if I'll be able to actually clear this run. I mean, so far my luck's been pretty good, but I'm still missing one more item. And I want the item to be either the chicken feathers or body pillow, because revives and shields are kind of important. I would definitely recommend picking up both of those, but if I end up getting Hope Soda, I'm definitely picking that up instead. And that's because Hope Soda just gives you so much more damage. With Kusagaki Shackles, that's not really that much of a downgrade. The stamps that we're looking for are definitely the weakened one. Lifesteal is a really nice stamp to have and makes you almost unkillable. This is one that I'm probably going to replace or use as fodder for later on. But if you do get the great stamp early on, do definitely take advantage of it, because the extra damage is going to have, or not extra damage, the extra holo coins is nice. But it is one of those fodder stamps for this kind of run, unless if you are ridiculously good at the game, which in that case you don't even need this guy if you're that good. Gold Anvil, finally. So now we can get this collab going on and destroy everything for a bit. Let's go ahead and grab more X Potato. And definitely want to grab the Hollow Bomb when we see it as well. That's the other parts of this collab that is going to be really good. That, and then we may go for the Frozen collab and hope that it works on Notica. If that works on Notica, then she'll be pretty easy. And we can always, of course, just use this to deal a lot more damage really quickly. I'll grab Hollow Bomb real quick. I'm gonna grab Energy Drink. Level X Potato. I don't have any other stamps right now to put that into, and I don't want to put it in the greed stamp because greed stamp is going to be used as fodder anyway. So I don't really want to put anything into it to level it up. So we're going to go with Weaken, Slow, and Lifesteal probably. So we may get the plus attack one, but it's not really going to be necessary because of our attack already with everything else we got. It's like the Hope Soda may not even be necessary anyway. But yeah, because 95% crit, it may do even more crit damage, but with the damage that we're already doing, it does not really matter that much. See, there's a pretty simple pattern where they just come right at you, and then you can just collect XP afterwards with a magnet or something, if you get lucky enough to have one. Another fodder stamp. We're not going to be using that one. So we have enough to get another stamp up to this max level. But again, we gotta wait for one of those stamps to drop. And let's go ahead and level up our Hollow Bomb Warrior. This one is just another dodge, dodge, and kill. Dodge, dodge. And then this one, you just want to keep firing toward the right while you're dodging the red lines. And that's how you avoid this attack pretty easily. We're going to go ahead and grab Whammy Water actually, so we can get started in a different collab that's going to help us with the Notica boss fight, since we do not have Okay, so that's a haste up stamp. That's usually pretty good, but we don't need it in this run. Since we are, since we don't have body pillow or chicken feather, the best bet that we have for facing off against Nautica is actually going to be to grab the glow stick, and along with glow stick, we are going to want the whammy water, and then that will allow us to freeze her. Oh crap, I accidentally took something I didn't want. Actually, this may be good, because we have the Kusagaki shackles, right? Yeah, that's all the way maxed out. So that may work out in our favor. We'll see. Occasionally they'll just start throwing these red lines that you just have to dodge every now and then. It's not that hard. Just dodge. Get good. That's what the whole video boils down to. It's just get good. And of course, at this point in time, we don't really need the other stamp upgrades. There's going to be a couple that we are going to need later on, but we have not been able to find them yet. Kind of unlucky, actually. But I'm hoping to be able to get those soon. Yeah, this one's a bit harder to dodge because of their flight patterns. They're a bit more randomized than that. It's still a standard up and down pattern, but it's just very difficult to dodge that one. Here, you're going to be finding the AoE type enemies in 3 different types. There's, of course, going to be the attack one, which buffs their attack. There's going to be a poison one, which we just killed, which will apply poison to you. And then there is going to be a healer, I believe, towards the end. Or did we already kill him? Here at 12 minutes, we got another mini boss, which are pretty easy to take down now. We don't even need to use our ability on them. I mean, it does help to use your ability, just so that way you can get that increased crit rate again. But it's not really necessary. And at this moment, he knew. He fucked up. Woohoo! Maxed out. And these hits starting to get in the way. So what happened there was I forgot to anticipate one of the red line attacks. And that time I just ended up killing everything that would usually come at me during that red line attack. Go ahead and go with membership level 3. Gives me attack something else. I think attack and damage reduction. Damage reduction is going to be nice, but the attack really isn't helping all too much. It does help a little bit, but honestly, this greed stamp isn't really worth it anymore. But I'm currently... So at this part, you just essentially do a bit of a circle pattern while avoiding the red lines at the same time. And then there's going to be a couple more simple red lines. There's going to be one healer that spawns here, which we can take down super easily. Let's go ahead and level that up. We still need to get the glow stick. That's going to be incredibly important later on. I need that as fodder later on. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and upgrade our stuff. The anvil. The enchantments don't matter too terribly much, except for the 15% damage one. That one's really good. So once you see these guys start spawning, then you just avoid the red lines. Pretty simple. All these patterns are pretty simple once you get used to them. Except for Nautica. That's not a simple pattern at all. And let's go ahead and take out that guy as well as this one. Get a crit back. Level up bomb. We do not want spider cooking. That will ruin our chances of 2 different collabs. So while usually I am an advocate for spider cooking because of how many amazing collabs it brings, it's also going to completely hinder collabs later on. Now, I'm Bad Thank You Forever is going to help out with ad clear. That'll make it even faster to kill all these guys that are coming at you. And now, for this one, you just want to fire straight up, like up and to the right. And, okay, none of these are things I want. I still have to pick something. We'll go with stat increase. Just want to fire straight up and to the right, and then just avoid the ones that are coming from the left side. I did not want to pick that speed up, because that was a complete waste of a level. And with that pattern, it just displays where they're all coming from. That one is just going to be a poison enemy. This one is pretty easy. We just kill things now. Glow stick, that's what we want. That's the thing we've been trying to get for a while now. This is another one of those circle patterns. And this is again just more ad clearing just until the next wave starts. Yeah, I don't really have much healing right now because usually I'd have lifesteal by now, but we've just been getting so unlucky with the stamps that we've not been able to get lifesteal. Now all of our healing has to come from food on the floor. And then we're also waiting on stun / slow. Whichever one comes first. Alright, and then here is where we're going to be starting to get the batteries from Robogo, and the pink ones will shoot these lasers at us that we do not like. So our goal is to eliminate them before they can eliminate us, essentially. I always want to destroy the healers as soon as they spawn in, because they can be very annoying. But right now it's currently still more ad clearing, praying that a golden anvil drops. As well as the right stamps. We have not gotten any of the right stamps that we want. So I want to go level them all up as soon as they come. And right there was very risky for me. Oh, Yago. That's one of the stamps we do want. And this is the collab that we do want as well. I'll go ahead and swap that. And we're going to do a lot of strengthening. And now our weakened stamp should be fully leveled. And now we should go for... see, what should our next collab be? Probably Psycho Axe and Elite Lava Bucket. Go for me, Comet. We can go either left or right here on this stage. It's just a lot of big enemies that are really difficult to kill. So you just kill one and then you're out of there. And that's that phase in a nutshell. Sadly, these enemies can still fire their projectiles at you even when they are stopped, which is really annoying. Notica and Achan both do the same thing. So now we still don't have the stamps that we want, unfortunately. So at this point, we should probably just collect the other stamps. Let's go ahead and put haste in here. And just to humor the game, let's put the projectile up in here. I'll just swap it, leave it on the ground for later. You don't want to get too close so you're starting to take damage. This wave is pretty simple. Basically, you just avoid the red lines and kill as many of these guys as possible because it's going to be your last chance to get XP. Which essentially means that we have all the stamps that we are going to get this run. So we may as well just level up the ones that we currently have with whatever's on the floor. I don't think we're going to be able to get the final collab. There's just not enough time. No, this is just a dodge wave. Just dodge things. This wave is probably one of the more difficult ones. And now here's where Notica spawns in. And boom, we're dead. Now that's just bullshit. So basically when she starts firing her laser at you, you actually want to get close to her because that will stop her from being able to lock onto you. The further you are away from her, which you usually want to be in order to dodge her Toho bullets, is quite a bad strategy when she's firing her laser. So when she's firing her laser, you want to be generally kind of close to her. That way you can avoid the laser, or otherwise it just locks on directly to you. When you get close, it confuses her. So yeah, that was essentially the Stage 2 guide in a nutshell. With Notica, I definitely do recommend that you put on body pillow or chicken feathers, just anything that will help you to survive against her. And best of luck to you. So anyway, that was simultaneously a stream as well as a video for those of you who want to watch later. I will probably edit out the scuff though. And thank you all so much. And it is now closing time. Bye bye. Matane.